Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Late Night Car Thing. I'm glad to be back. I skipped a week there. I don't know if any of you noticed. Anyway, the new BMW X7. It really reminds me of the way my French teacher used to just be disappointed in us. He would just be like, for the last couple years, ever since the pandemic started, I think BMW has kind of lost their creative side of their brains, which they used to come up with designs. Their level was so high that you could almost compare them to supercars, and they're really refined brands. Let's take a look here. Really just want to go over what BMW used to do and what they used to stand for. E30 M3 really defined the whole performance coupe segment. Even the CSL coupe, I don't have words to express how classy that car really was. This book is filled with just reminders of what BMW used to do and used to design, and it's so sad that it's all going away. It's almost as though they've taken an oath to come up with the ugliest and the least classy and the messiest designs that they have ever made. They started with the 7 Series with the huge grills, and then it kept on growing, evolving into even more hideous grills, which I did not know was possible. But each time they come up with a new car, it just breaks all barriers of ugliness. And BMW had it all laid out. Their design language was so sophisticated, so elegant and refined. The lines literally flow. They have made the E30 M3, they have made the E46 M3, the E36 M3. Each of them were really tight performance cars. They looked, I know it's often said for supercars and companies that are really sophisticated, but the design language of the BMWs that existed before now were almost like a suit that fits tight and perfectly. There was a phase when I was just posting about BMW's horrible design language, and I went through all the cars and I actually realized that if I won a lottery, I would probably buy a lot of old BMWs because they are so well designed. Performance is something totally different. I'm not even talking about performance right now. They used to be extraordinary, and this is just ordinary. I mean, this top part here is completely removed and separated from the actual headlamps, and there was no reason for doing this. It doesn't even look like a BMW. It looks kind of like the Kia. That said, it's not as bad as, say, the regular 4 Series. It's not horrible, but it's not a BMW. It's not up to the standard. In terms of flow, it's not actually that bad. Like this line over here is flowing pretty well. There's also a bit of this. All of that also lines up. This is interesting. It's not too bad, it works. So does that. I see that it's cohesive and all that is fine, but what I'm not digesting really well is what is happening right here. It used to be that BMW would just go this route and then do something like that. This feels really odd to me. I don't know exactly what's going on over here. There is a vent on this side, there's a vent here, then these are the actual headlamps. Really none of that says it's a BMW. The part that's not that bad is obviously this line. This I'm okay with that too, okay with that as well. This could have had better flow, but it's not bad. It's actually really cohesive. It's just this part that's a mess for me. And then I don't know exactly what's going on here. It kind of reminds me of the back angle of some of the really aggressive cars. It's kind of how the back of BMWs have been, which, let me just do that. So if I erase this, let me show you what I mean. So hopefully you can see what I mean. So this is kind of how I remember BMW being, and what I hoped from them in terms of their future designs and future models. But what is going on at BMW? I really want to know. I talked to one of the designers some time ago, and none of them really want to answer it. And I know the design boss got really upset and said their job is not to please everybody. But there's a difference between satisfying everybody and then actually making something classy and clean and elegant and beautiful, which they have done in the past. I initially thought maybe it was just the body language, the design language of one specific range, but it looks like they just want to expand this ugliness throughout the whole lineup. Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you found this insightful. I hope you can take away something from this. And I'm also interested to know what you guys think about where BMW is headed. So if you want, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.